Well, I get to talk today about the man who let me tell his story. And that's a distinct honor and a pleasure. As a lot of you know, I spent a lot of years writing for the Alamogordo Daily News, almost 9 years, did a variety of radio programs around the community. And when you work in the media, you will find that there are two groups of people who generally don't relish talking to you. One of them are police officers, and the other are politicians. And I won't apologize if I call you Terry, because I've long considered you a friend, Terry. Now, Terry was not a normal politician. I would be sitting at my desk and the phone would ring and I'd pick it up and he'd say, "Mike, I got a break, it's Terry. We're working on this in the House right now, it's bipartisan legislation." And remember, this is a guy who's unabashedly conservative. Or the phone would ring and he'd say, "I've got a plan, I can lower fuel prices for residents in my district." Or, "I've just gotten money for," or, "I can get some taxes cut in this legislative session for constituents." Or, one day he called and said, "We're going to train and keep nurses and healthcare workers in Alamogordo because I just asked for $4 million for a project." Quite often he would end with, "Now I know you want to round out your story, so here are some people you could call." Which is very impressive, especially with a politician, because he seemed more interested in telling the entire truth and transparency than just a one-sided viewpoint. And something else you'll learn when you work in the media is that most political stories come out of press releases. And here you got a guy who would call you up on the phone. Terry, your stories didn't come from political press releases, they came from your heart. I don't think I have ever seen a politician as exuberant about going toe-to-toe with fellow lawmakers to improve life for us here, and then call me and give me a blow-by-blow-by-blow of what happened. Which made writing stories all the more fun about the myriad of groups who, over his many years in the House, would honor him. Other politicians, both sides of the aisle, gave him thumbs up. Educators praised him. And hang on to your seats, even attorneys honored him. But I liked him because he cared enough just to call the local guy in the newspaper who was trying to pound out interesting stories for the next day's newspaper. And pretty quickly after moving here, I got a lot of recommendations about the eye doctor to see, and guess whose chair I'd end up in. Later in his career, when he was serving in the House, and I'd come in and sit down in the chair, he would say, "So, Mike, what's new?" And I would respond with, "So, Terry, when are you going to run for governor?" This is a true story, and I'll finish with this. In 1993, moved here from the big city, and one Sunday afternoon was cutting firewood in the mountains. You know, when you move from the big city and you move to the mountains, you just imagine yourself a mountain lumberjack. And I'm out cutting firewood, and this fir branch whipped around and cut my eye. And it hurt like all get out. It's a Sunday afternoon. I go up to the house. This is before cell phones. I call, I leave a message on the office phone, and not long after, Terry calls me back. And he said, "Get down here right now. We need to take care of this." That is caring. And over the years, Terry has proved just how caring he is. He sponsored well over 150 bills, hundreds of millions of dollars to better health sciences, the arts, sports, schools, infrastructures, help for those who suffered violence. Alamogordo in Otero County may have been your home and the home of your family, but he made our home living here better. And I will always be grateful to you for allowing me to tell the story of the caring individual that you are, Terry. You made a difference.
Thank you, Mr. Shinabery.